out, but you're going to have to verify that.
6198 November, fly runway heading, maintain 2100, runway 30, correction runway 12, cleared for takeoff.
Hello patrons, welcome back. So what you're going to see in this video is Austin flying one of his very first instrument training flight lessons. We had clouds, and so I thought, let's just file in the system. We'll go from San Carlos to Livermore. No failures, no shortcuts. We'll take it as it comes, and I'll show him what a real-world IFR flight looks like. Mostly I'm trying to show him how I would manage an instrument flight, dealing with what's happening now, then thinking ahead about what's next using the 5 T's, and then managing the big picture with the 5 A's. So you're going to hear me talking a lot. There's a lot that I have to explain here. This is, this is really beyond where he is in the training, but this is sort of a glimpse of where he's headed. So I kind of wanted him to see it. There's all sorts of cool little training tips that come up. So at times I'll stop it and add a voiceover. But for the most part, this is unedited. So this is the raw flight lesson. I think you'll get a lot out of it. Comment on the Patreon page if you have questions, and I'll be sure to answer them. And please enjoy this video.
12, clear for takeoff, 6198 November. All right, so we're clear to the left, we're clear to the right.
Good.
Lights, camera, and then action. Trim, flaps, boom. All right.
Good. When you line up, just glance at the compass and the heading and make sure it says 12.
Showing 1.
Checking the mag compass and the heading is very important. Another important thing are takeoff callouts, and you can see the ones that I teach here on the left. You'll hear Austin do some of them. They're not exactly what I'm teaching, but we have time to work on it, and we do each flight.
Been applied. Good. Gauges are up and running. Good. The airspeed is alive. Our abort point is at second windsock, which we don't need.
Good.
And here's rotate speed.
Excellent. Pitch forward a little bit to get best rate of climb. There you go, little right rotor. Best rate of climb 74. There you go.
And there's the end of our runway.
All right, good. So we're going to fly runway heading all the way up straight ahead here to 1,000.
Yep. All right, it's 200 feet. Flaps are up.
Good. A little bit to the left there, heading 120. All right, let's engage the autopilot.
Yep.
So autopilot on, and then flight level.
98 November, contact NorCal now, 135.65. Good day.
NorCal, 6198 November. Good day.
All right, let me show you one of the best lessons you're going to learn.
Weird. Hold up. Oh, that's the autopilot. Oh, I'm like, wow.
So you want to go to flight level change mode. There you go. Flip NorCal over, but don't call them yet. If they need you, they'll call you. You're aviating right now. We're going to aviate, then we're going to navigate, and we're going to communicate last, okay?
Okay.
So
I just let this thing do its thing.
Yeah, just step on the slab.
Yeah.
You can tell what the autopilot's doing because everything it's doing is green. Everything in white is what it's expecting it's going to do.
Yep.
All right. So right now,
how do I turn up your voice?
Here, this knob for you.
Knob?
Yep. Check 1, 2, 2.
Yep.
Okay. So right now the autopilot's in heading mode. The autopilot's engaged. You're in flight level change, climbing 91 knots to pick up your altitude of 2,100. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's run a checklist to get confident with what's now. That's 1,000 feet to go.
November, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 3,000.
Climb and maintain 3,000, 6198 November.
Go ahead and just change the altitude. Notice how he needed you, he called you, there was no rush to call him,
yep.
Right? So we're still running our first checklist. We got 125, 120, how the lights looking?
Yep, light, landing
pitot heat,
off.
pitot heat on.
Number 908 November, turn left, heading 100.
Left to 100, 6198 November.
You're on autopilot, left to 100. Alright, good. Now, flow check's looking good. Let's back it up with a checklist. Make sure you didn't miss anything.
November, contact approach 121.3, good day.
121.3 good day.
A little more right rotor. There you go.
4,000.
Just center the slab. Perfect.
American 76.
Flip that over. Get your checklist done first.
Yep. Climb. Throttle, flaps, mixture, rich, lights, flight plan.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Now
Ready?
let NorCal know you're 1,900 climbing 3,000.
NorCal, Skyhawk 6198 November, 1,900 climbing 3,000.
Number 6198 November, NorCal departure, thank you.
Good. All right, now let's get in front of the plane a little bit. There's not much we can do in front of us. That's 1,000 feet to go, so we're just going to level off.
Okay.
We're expecting Vector's to San Jose, but he might cut the corner here and put you on Victor 334. So for right now, there's not much to do to get ahead.
Okay.
So we can start working on the first A. So notice that we did what's happening now.
Yep.
Then we got in front of the plane with what's next.
Yep.
And now we have time to work on those A's. So the first A is ATIS. Let's see if we can pick up the ATIS at Livermore. Probably too early.
1.9 miles southeast.
Oops, not that one.
309 feet.
Get down a little bit. Traffic 12 o'clock high. No factor. All right, we can't get that yet. Let's put NextRad on here. I think it's better. It's more important than terrain. I just want to get a look at it. So if you go to map, actually go back to, there you go map, and then hit NextRad. Notice NextRad and terrain are mutually exclusive. So there's that's the heavy stuff out in the valley. Nothing like that. Nothing like that in our future. Law looks good, so you can go back to terrain. But you can't have those two things on together. So let's go back to terrain, because now we know there's no rain or radar or anything to worry about. Okay, good. All right.
All right. Now what?
We're about to level off, so let's just do that, and then we'll go to approach briefing. So ATIS, we can't get. Altimeter, we can't get. Let's wait for this next aviate thing to happen, which is a level off.
Yep.
98 November, turn left heading 030, Vector, free climb.
030.
030, 98 November.
Good, left. Good. Using your heading bug to 030.
What was the second thing he said?
They always tell you why they're vectoring you. In this case, he's vectoring for your climb. Getting you away from this high terrain. All right, let's go ahead and power back for our level off now. Set some power setting.
All right, so let's do 2,300 or so.
Yeah, that's fine. 24 is fine too.
Okay.
Well, 2350 if you're going to 23, because that will slow down a little bit. There you go. Good, and then lean it out a little bit. Outside air temperature is 8 degrees, good.
Okay.
Just run a flow check. Lights are where you want them.
Yep.
Engine's looking good. Pressure, temperature, vacuum, all that electrical mixture.
Yep.
Okay, let's go back in with power a little bit. It's creeping out on you. 2300, solid. There you go. Okay, now you can see that he definitely cut the corner for us here. So let's activate this leg.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to be flight plan, then let's see, get the cursor down to Sonol and select menu.
Enter.
Menu. Nope.
Oh, menu?
Yep, Sonol, menu. Activate leg, enter. Good, yep. Good, now notice this line's pink. And now you're flying port and needle. That's always important. This is your main navigation here. Everything else you have is for situational awareness.
Center 133.7.
337, Whiskey, okay.
For some reason, you're quiet and they're loud.
Check 1, 2, test 1, 2, check, check. That's funny because they're quiet for me. I don't know what that is.
Pilot.
There was an airmet today for moderate icing, which is not good, but it's from the freezing level up.
Yep.
Which is why, again, I wanted to look at the temperature. So what's the outside air temperature now?
8 degrees Celsius.
All right, and we're going to get a climb another 2,000 feet. Well, how much can we expect that to go down?
Is it 4 degrees per thousand?
2 degrees per thousand.
2 degrees per thousand.
So it's sometimes hard to tell what's ice and what's not ice.
Yeah.
Like if you look at this, if you were in icing conditions, the only difference between this and ice would be that you wouldn't see the water sort of rolling back.
Turn right heading 090.
The only difference is what?
198 November, turn right heading 090.
That's you. Say 090.
090, 6198 November.
Good. Don't fight the autopilot. Hey. Good.
Quick strike 557, turn right heading 030, climb maintain 5,000.
030, climb maintain 5,000, ready to try 557.
All right, so I'm going to start a timer for the IFR.
90, thanks for Papa.
and 8 Tango Alpha requesting the RNAV.
All right, we need to start looking at the approach and Livermore.
Okay.
You probably don't have that.
4.52.
How do we do that? Is that on your map?
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
That's a 9 or 8 November, turn rating 100, please.
100?
Yep.
100, 98 November.
First try 557, contact approach 125.35.
Oops, I'm sorry.
535, first try 557.
Sky was 3371 to 300, climbing 5,000.
Sky was 3371, NorCal departure, radar contact.
You can brief this. So we're gonna, there's only 2 approaches at Livermore. We're gonna brief this one here.
Okay.
So an approach briefing starts in the top right.
Yep.
We're looking at the RNAV, runway 25 right approach into Livermore. This approach.
November, climb and maintain 5,000.
Climb and maintain 5,000, 9 or 8 November.
All right, which always starts with putting in the new altitude you want,
November,
and then
right heading 105.
105, 9 or 8 November.
All right, good. There you go. Now go ahead and tell it how you want it to get there via flight level change. Good. Up, 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 up. You press the up button until you see 90 knots or so, and then add power. Good. Bring power in for the climb. There it goes. Right rudder with always with the power. Just step on the slab.
Good morning, Alaska.
You and I always do a flow check when we enter a climb.
Yep.
So
Where's the,
a little too much rudder there. Just enough to center that slab.
Where's
maintain 4,000.
120 tight, 4,000, let's go 390.
Where's what?
Go Alpha flying 210 vector.
Where's our climb speed? Oh, I see.
Here. Anything the autopilot's doing is at the top of your PFD, and it's in green.
That's on 9 or 8 November. Are you on top?
9 November is in between layers. We're on top of the first layer now. He can't see clouds,
8 Tango Alpha.
so he needs intelligence. If he tells you traffic at 12 o'clock and you're in the clouds, you just say IMC, meaning I'm in the clouds. But IMC meaning instrument meteorological conditions. Okay, so now we're headed toward this course. And what we would expect is when this course comes in, we're going to turn left and follow it.
We're going to see traffic 3 o'clock, 3 miles and a right turn 4,000 climbing is going 737.
Tell him your IMC, you can't see that.
IMC, can't see, 9 or 8 November.
No worries.
All right.
So I just say IMC, he knows what I mean.
He knows what I mean, yeah. Yeah, so, right, well, that's it.
399, climb, maintain 5,000.
What is this for my right?
Yeah, there you go. That's your general volume. That's
oh, you're on my left.
I'm only on your left? How
yeah,
bizarre.
I wonder if it's a setting.
You have stereo or something? I don't know, it's weird. All right, what's that noise?
That's altitude.
1,000 to go.
1,000,
yep.
yeah.
Good. All right. When that course comes in, we're going to expect a left turn. Let's go back to looking at the approach.
Okay.
You can see, man, IFR is busy. All right, so the final approach course here is 255 to the west. The touchdown zone elevation is 400 feet. We don't have to circle today, I don't think, but if we did, it's not authorized at night. Well, it doesn't matter to us. All right.
9 or 8 November, turn left heading 050.
050, 9 or 8 November.
Good.
28 Tango Alpha contact approach.
What's the outside air? 7. Okay, so we should be fine on that. All right, we have the medium intensity approach lighting system, and if it's a missed approach, we climb to 4,000, direct to some waypoint, and then we track over there. Okay. So we're down here somewhere. We're gonna
9 or 8 November, contact approach 125.35. Good day.
12535, 9 or 8 November. Good day.
That course is coming in. Weird. It's gonna keep us on this vector.
We just tell him where we're at.
He knows where we are. Just say 4,800, climbing 5,000.
Approach Skyhawk 619 or 8 November, 4,800, climbing 5,000.
Denver 619 or 8 November, NorCal approach. Open altimeter 29 or 89er, traffic 1 o'clock, 7 miles westbound, 6,005 or 6,000, E175.
Hold on a second. We're looking for that traffic, and we're just coming up on top here. I could call the tops about 4,900 for 9 November.
We're 9 or 8 November, Roger. Advise when you have information, Golf at Livermore, plan the ILS approach 25 right.
Okay, we'll advise Golf and plan the ILS 25 right, 6198 November. Okay, so step one, grab golf. I might have the frequency wrong because it's not. We're not seeing an RX. And let's aviate first. So here's our level off. We're gonna aviate. You're on top.
November 772, Foxtrot Echo, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000.
There it is.
98 November has 1 o'clock traffic in sight.
Number 98 November, maintain the separation from the traffic. He'll be descending, passing you.
Roger that, 98 November.
Sky was at 3311, traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles northeastbound, 5,000. Scott has you in sight. We'll maintain visual separation.
3311, we're looking 6.
And number 98 November, traffic just beyond him is going to be Airbus 320, descending to 6,000 as well.
We'll be looking 98 November. All right, are you aviated? Have you? Let's do a cruise checklist real quick.
Yep. So, okay.
Look at the way Austin holds the checklist up. That's perfect. And on instruments, you can hold it next to the PFD.
Fortunately, we're not going that far.
What is it?
Those big vertical clouds, those big buildups out there.
That's not a wake turbulence issue, right?
It was debatable. I think we're going to be all right.
148 IMC.
See how he said IMC.
Traffic, no factor, cross
All right, let's go ahead and, there's nothing in front of us. Let's go ahead and get this next leg active, though. So go ahead and activate the next leg of your flight plan, the leg from Sunol to Modesto.
So weird that I cannot hear you. I need to fix that.
Check.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn you up.
Check.
That turns you up in my left ear, but for some reason...
Weird.
It's so weird. Okay, you told me to do what?
Activate the next leg. So go to Modesto, good, press menu, go back and highlight Modesto, press menu, top right, good, enter, activate leg, perfect. Okay. All right, so now let's see if we can get the
traffic in sight.
Inside, yeah, let's see if we can get the ATIS at Livermore. The ATIS is 11965, that's why it's not coming in.
Okay, so hopefully by now you're catching on. We do what's happening right now, and then we think ahead using the 5 Ts. We haven't done much of that because we've been vectored so much on this flight. And then with the time that we buy, feeling confident about the next event, we work off the 5 As, which kind of brings the big picture together. Once we get onto the approach, the As will be done, but there'll be many next events coming in rapid succession.
Let's go ahead and grab that. On the bottom, yeah. There you go.
148 traffic, no factor.
11965, there you go, back over. Let's grab that ATIS.
Start 180, descent via the 3,400,
temperature 14, dew point 12, altimeter 2988. ILS runway 25, right approaching you, flying departing runway 25, right 25 left. No Stairman, taxiway Alpha between Charlie and Delta, close to aircraft weighing more than 55,000 pounds. Taxiway 2 right between Bravo and Charlie, close to aircraft with wingspan more than 55 feet. Advisories on effect, hazardous weather information, and Sierra Tango and Zulu for California coastal waters available on high watts and flight service frequencies. By Spanish contact, you have information to go.
Southwest 1964 with Delta.
Southwest 1964, when able, clear direct to
One with information, Golf 1653 Zulu, wind 2204, visibility 7. Ceiling 2,100 broken, 3,400 broken, temperature 14, dew point 12, altimeter 2988. ILS runway 25, right approaching you, flying departure runway 25, right 25 left.
All right, good. You can stop that. When able, let him know 61908 November has golf.
Yep. 61908 November has golf.
November 61908 November, roger.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have the ATIS. We wrote down the altimeter setting. We're not going to put that in until we're cleared for the approach because presumably NorCal wants us on their altimeter setting, and it might not be the same as the airport. And we're going to go back to the approach briefing. The main thing about the briefing is that we fully understand the approach, but we are also going to commit to memory how low it goes, how long it goes, meaning where's the missed approach point, and which way is the beginning of the missed approach procedure.
It's a different approach they're using than the one we started briefing, so I switched plates.
Okay.
I want to verify we have the ILS runway 25 right approach. It's on a frequency of 110.5.
Yep.
The same final approach course, same touchdown zone elevation. Autopilot coupled approaches are not authorized between below 1700.
Okay.
Medium approach lighting system, medium intensity approach lighting system. Just approach, climb to 1200, and then a climbing right turn to 5000. We'll just look at the rest. So straight ahead and a climbing right turn. NorCal on 12385, tower 118.1. We're down here somewhere, so.
November contact approach 125.1. Remind them what heading you're on.
125.1, 908 November.
Cool.
November 772, Foxtrot Echo, turn left, left.
25.1.
Yeah. And so when you check in, just let them know heading 050. So
Okay.
flip it over.
Who is this?
This is approach. It's all NorCal. So I just say NorCal 619 November, level 5000, heading 050.
Got it. NorCal 6198 November 5000, heading 050.
That was a perfect radio call. Austin's a quick learner there. Just, get in, tell him the information that you need and no more, and then get out. If you ever feel rushed on an instrument flight and you absolutely have to brief and approach faster than you want to, make sure you come up with how low, how long, and which way. What are the minimums? When am I going to get out of there if I don't see the runway? And which way am I going to go on my way out?
Skyhawk 6198 November, NorCal approach, Stockton altimeter 29901.
29901, 6198 November.
That goes there,
maintain 3,000.
and also here.
3,000 now for 424 Juliet.
Okay, the end of an approach briefing, we need to come up with how low are we going? We're going down to 600 feet. How long, which is when do you go missed? That's if we get to 600 and we don't see anything.
Yep.
And which way? Straight ahead to 1200. That's all we need to know for now. And we're going to commit that to memory. So 600, 600, and straight ahead to 12. So how low? 600. If we don't see the runway, we go straight ahead to 1200 feet.
Okay.
All right, so...
And then after 1200, where do we go?
It's a missed approach procedure, which we're about to load in, but it looks like a climbing right turn to this Altam intersection and hold. See that? It's kind of spelled out 3 different places. Up here in text, here in a picture, and over here with little graphics.
Okay.
But based on the weather, which is 2,100 broken, 3,400 broken, I think we're not going to miss this approach. The good news is we have a procedure to load now. So we're going to go ahead and load procedure, hit procedure, select an approach, enter. For Livermore, that's correct, enter. That's the approach you want, so press enter. Good. Use MOD as an IAF. There you go, enter. And turn that on with the small knob. Good, big knob over.
Barrow?
Big knob, barrow. Big knob over to the right. So there you go. And then twist in 600 feet. There you go, that's your minimums. Maybe 620, call it 620. Good, and then enter. You're going to load all that.
24 Juliet, information Foxtrot, now current.
Enter.
Advise when you have it, and how will the terminate?
Yeah, because this isn't approved. This is all guidance. Everything you just loaded in there is guidance. At the end of the day, this VHF frequency and a green needle is what we're going to use.
24 Juliet, roger, upon completion.
But just sort of working through our system here, we're on a vector. We can't really get in front of the plane, but I can see that the vector is taking us to the approach course, which is nice. Okay. We're good with what's happening now. We're good with what's happening next. For the big picture, we got the ATIS. We wrote down the altimeter, 2988.
Yep.
We briefed the approach. We set up our avionics. Maybe you could put tower in the backup, 1181.
Okay.
And avionics, approach briefing, and airplane. So before we cross the final approach fix, we do kind of like a GUMPS check.
Okay.
November, turn right heading 080.
080, 908 November.
Good. For the ILS approach.
So they always tell you why they're vectoring you, and in this case we're being vectored for the approach, so it's appropriate to activate those needles so we can stay oriented.
Roger.
Was that us?
It's okay. Yeah, he just forgot to tell you why he was vectoring you. Usually they'll tell you why you're getting vectored.
172 Echo Lima is through 800 for 2,000. Skyhawk 46 kilo, 2 miles from Liebag, turn left heading 290, maintain 3,000.
Right.
Establish on the final approach course, cleared VOR approach, Tracy Airport.
What I was saying about ice is, if you ever encounter ice, I think you got a little bit in your Cirrus, right?
Yep.
It's hard to tell sometimes when you're in the clouds.
Yep.
If this turned to ice, you wouldn't know it, except you wouldn't see the beads of water. That would be like,
I see.
and then before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, that's not even a cloud anymore. I'm looking at opaque ice, right? So you want to keep a good watch on your wings in those circumstances.
I see.
Skyhawk 2 Echo Lima, climb maintain 6,000. Climb maintain 6,000.
Why is this thing? Oh, it's just fighting the turn.
Yeah, it's just the air's. It's so The two things,
Back to Echo Lima, fly heading 2.
I was thinking you wouldn't want to mess with that stuff. So that's the convective signet out there.
Where, that vertical?
Yeah. And
How can you tell?
By the vertical development. So if in an unstable atmosphere, clouds will give it away. If there's enough moisture, you'll see what we call buildups. Like if you look at the next rad right now, that'll be a yellow return. See that?
Wow.
That's not something you want to fly into. Not in a light airplane. Right?
Okay.
Back 98 November, turn left heading 340.
340, 98 November.
And that's what the briefer was telling me, was essentially, like, dude, it's an unstable atmosphere out there today, and even though you're not in the convective outlook, it's possible that shit's going to fill in behind you, right? Like, you know what I mean? And so it's one of those days where it's like, it's not, right, there are no no-goes, but we're on the edge. And I was saying last week I went out and we were on the edge of 3 no-goes, and it was just not comfortable.
Yeah.
We were like in rain at the freezing. It was -0 is what that thing said.
Yeah.
In rain, in like moderate turbulence, holding, and I was just like, what the are we doing here? Like in a Cessna. I mean, it's one thing if you have like
46 kilo, are you established?
a different airplane, but
yeah.
Anyway, you know the old saying, it's better to be on the ground wishing you were in a plane than in a plane wishing you were on the ground?
Yep.
The first time you ever really feel that, you don't have to be told twice.
Yep. I bet.
You know what I mean? Where you're just like, I wish I was driving, right?
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling.
Skyhawk 98 November, descend and maintain 3,500.
3,500, 98 November.
Alright, good. And then use vertical speed to go down. So when we climb at an airspeed, we go down at 500 feet per minute. Good, make a power change. Alright, we're going to do a checklist in a second. But
November, 7 miles from Justin, turn left heading 280, maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 25 right approach.
Okay, confirm left 280, 3,500 to establish, clear for the approach, 6198 November.
Jack 98 November, affirmative.
9 November, thanks. Alright, so the last thing, so when they give you your clearance, they always tell you where you are. So if the guy comes on and says, you're 5 miles south of blah, 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 get ready, because he's about to give you a heading, an altitude, and clear you for an approach.
Okay.
Once you and I get cleared for the approach, then we start flying the paper. We don't need him anymore.
Yep.
So we're cleared. We can go ahead and put in the airport altimeter of 2988, because that's what's on the ground at Livermore.
Yep.
We see the appropriate indications here. We see a glide, a localizer.
Yep.
And a glide slope. Notice we're flying a VHF needle, and now the GPS is just backup. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that.
How do we avoid going through that yellow?
The yellow's behind us. I just want to make sure that that leg is active. Good. Okay. So I just want to make sure that GPS stays with us.
So that little bit of yellow. Oh
yeah, that's just one of those days where it's like, we're gonna tolerate it. It's a tough one. Oops, I wanted to, go like this. Sorry, let the autopilot get the approach. All right, so when I press approach in the autopilot, it goes and captures the localizer.
Okay.
So it's flying us inbound now. Right now we are on our way from, let's see, on our way to U-Hut.
Traffic.
Where's traffic?
I have no idea. Oh, behind us, that's a ghost. It's gotta be. Or a high altitude something. Alright, good. We're going to hold 3,500.
2710 contact approach on.
Actually, we can go down to 3,100 now.
On 120.85.
As we're cleared for the approach, we're flying this altitude.
Coast Guard 2710.
1209.
Okay.
So even though he told us 3,500 until established, we're established.
Okay.
We're just waiting for a handoff to tower. And from that 3,100 foot altitude, you see the glide slope line? That's this green glide slope is gonna come down from above, and we're gonna follow it in.
Okay.
You can tell that it's armed for the autopilot because of GS here. All right.
And when the green is above, that means we're above the slope.
That means we're below it, it's above us. So like we're flying into it from below. We always fly into it from below. You never dive at it.
Okay.
Good. I think we're not going to, we're basically going to break out before we get too low on this anyway, but it's good exercise.
November, radar service, terminate contact Livermore Tower, good day.
Livermore Tower, 6198 November, good day.
Cool.
All right, 1181?
Yep.
Got just home inbound?
Yep. Inbound on the ILS 25 right. Yeah.
Got it.
Full stop if he asks how it's terminating.
ILS on the 25 right.
ILS 25 right, yeah.
Livermore Tower, Skyhawk 6198 November, inbound on the ILS 25 right.
Skyhawk 6198 November, Livermore Tower, continue, report 4 mile final. Verify this will be a full stop.
Yes, full stop, 6198 November.
Okay, and he asked you to call a 4 mile final. This will be good practice for you. So look out under the clouds there, you see the runway?
Yep.
The more you do instrument training, don't ever forget the runway doesn't move. The runway just sits there. And the runway is represented by this needle.
Yep.
If your heading is off, eventually the needle will start to move. But if the needle's like trending back towards center, you're headed back toward the extent. A little power here for the level off. We just leveled off there.
What? Why are all the buildings right next to the runway?
Those are the airport. Are you seeing the right?
Am I looking there right? Well, runway?
No, it's way out. It's just disappeared by behind.
Oh, I see. Behind the clouds.
Yeah.
I was looking at this thing.
Yeah, if that were the runway, the needle would have been way out to the right.
Okay. 20.
428 Foxtrot, Livermore Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff. Fly straight out, expect left traffic on the go.
25 right, clear for takeoff, expect left traffic, 428 Foxtrot.
Good. So the last one of our A's is airplane. And that's GUMPS basically. So before we cross the final approach fix, which is, oh geez, way behind here. Let's get that going.
8 Romeo, request short approach.
Alright, final approach. That's 0.5. So now let's just do airplane go mixture all the way in, Rich. Good. And your job so when you're flying on autopilot, I would think of yourself as like a CEO, right? You got all this shit going on underneath you. You're not really doing exactly anything here, but you're in charge of everything.
Yep.
And this is somebody you can't trust right here. They may or may not do that thing they said they were going to do.
Got it.
So here you want to verify as you cross final approach fix that the autopilot grabs it.
Okay.
And that you start, there it goes, and that you start on a down line. Now you're going down, the autopilot has everything, has your localizer and your glide slope.
Yep.
And you're coming down the slide, basically.
Got it.
Now in this case, because the autopilot's doing all that, you're just powering to speed.
Yep.
You know, whatever speed you would want.
How can I tell how far out we are from the airport?
Right here, 7.6 miles to the missed approach point. At 4 miles, he's going to want to call.
Got it.
What's that noise?
Altitude 200 feet.
Good.
Just what, turn that off or?
Oh, you got people on the pattern there.
Line 8 Golf Charlie, 25 left to the option. So I can make a 368 from here.
We may break off early and fly back VFR.
No, it's it. Break off early, what do you mean?
Well, instead of doing a full stop landing and picking up our IFR clearance back, if they're doing pattern work here, why don't we run around the pattern a couple times and just fly back VFR?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Should we tell them?
Yeah, tell them, alright, so you see the runway now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you can just tell them.
Wait till we're 4 miles though.
It's alright. When you make your 4 mile call and say, hey, we're 4 miles out and we can cancel IFR at this time and we'd like to join the pattern.
Okay.
He's sort of tied up until you cancel IFR. He has to handle you a certain way.
Got it.
Once you cancel, you liberate him.
Got it.
How far out are we?
5.
November, number 2 now, follow Cessna, right base, runway 25 right, clear plan.
All right, 6198 November has traffic in sight, number 2 for 25 right. We'd also like to cancel IFR and request the option to join the pattern, please.
Cessna 98 November, roger. IFR cancellation.
Tis not available.
Okay. IFR cancellation received, he said, so.
Got it. So we're good?
Oh, we're VFR.
Roger, 25 Victor, can you accept another
See
one?
if he wants us to squawk 1200.
Cancel our takeoff and go back to altitude south 900.
Roger, 25 Victor, roger, contact ground 121.6. Hold your position.
I lost that traffic now.
And Sector 25 Victor, remain in circuit.
He must be over those.
Let's go to hand flying. Yeah, just 2 clicks on there. There you go. If you do 2, you just hear that tone once.
Sector 25 Victor, cross runway 25 right.
What's the field elevation here?
400, so pattern's 14. He's on the runway, your airplane, right side of the runway, halfway down.
Yeah, there you go.
November squawk VFR, runway 25 right, clear for the option, number 1, on the go, make right close traffic.
25 right, clear for the option, right close traffic, 6198 November.
All right, and show me all that rudder work and
all right.
put it into practice.
So, what were our winds?
You can always say wind check. I think they were 160 at 3 on the last Aegis.
Got it.
Make that a call out to below 110.
All right, below 110.
Cap on 8, call Charlie, contact ground 26.
Cap on 8, call Charlie.
All right, we're about 1500.
Cessna 8 Echo Romeo, number 2, follow Cessna short final, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Number 2, 25 right, clear for the option, 448 Echo Romeo.
Alright, so let's,
Fun. It's a little stiffer. Did you notice there's a crosswind from the left?
Yep.
Good.
Inside the white, 20.
Nice. And it's a little bouncy, too, so...
Minimums. Minimums.
They, so, want to land a little fast, right? We got the runway made.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good on flaps and everything else. Make sure that you, let me see you line up. Let me see how much rudder you think you need to line up. Good, yeah, and then a little left aileron to hold that. Good, hold the rudder pressure in there, perfect, like that. That's it. And flare in that sort of side slip.
I see.
Affirmative 8 Foxtrot.
It's a little too much rudder. That's perfect.
Runway 25 left, back to the Lima.
The wind is just shifting a little too much rudder here, kind of too much. Yeah, a little bit too much, but not bad. Let's go back to the center line.
Okay.
And